Hey, it's Game Deco time again, and today we are checking out Classic Marathon. This is a question that I've had for a very long time, well before even the remake actually, was a thing. Is what is the original Marathon game like? This game is copyrighted in 1994, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And I've been curious about this since I saw screenshots of it from, I don't know, like Game Informer, maybe Xbox Magazine. I mean, I probably saw them 15, 20 years ago. And the thing that stuck out to me was some of the similarities to Halo at the time. And I just think that that is so cool that they had, this like, I don't know, probably almost 20-year gap between working on this game and whatever Halo was, the newest one at that time. Probably like Reach, maybe four, but I think it was Reach. And the idea of like the skulls and how some of the weapons functioned and those kinds of things still being commonalities in terms of what they were making as, video game developers, and how that through blood came into, their games, at that time, like 20 years later or so, was really, really cool to me. And it's also neat then to look at the new Marathon, this thing that is basically an adaptation, and see the through blood of Halo as well. So let us start a new game. So I have never played this. Like I said, I have wanted this. Look at that. It's called a rifle. That's so funny. Okay. And basically I know that some people had a little bit of a problem. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, at least there's controller. Oh, ha. Oh, okay. This is sensitive. Oh, okay. Am I out of ammo? Okay. Wow. This is already like a thing. Things are happening. Okay, that's my map. Do I have any weapons? Okay, I can like quick turn. Oh, okay, you can look up and down like that. Okay, that's the key. Okay, sure. Sorry for the motion sickness, everybody. I guess I warned you at the beginning of these episodes. Oh, that's pretty. I like the outside there. And so like, I know that some people were not like incredibly pleased with the idea of the new Marathon being this kind of completely different game, but I think it's kind of cool because essentially they used the basis of something they'd created before and adapted their own story into a new genre. The only thing I could like really think of in terms of that actually is a Halo universe thing of the Halo games being adapted into an RTS game with Halo Wars. You're taking this like universe and the stories and how things work, and then you're genre transplanting it to something new. So message to all Marathon terminals. Marathon, hey terminals, those are back too. Today at 0820 hours, the Marathon came under surprise attack from unknown hostile forces. The Marathon has sustained serious damage. At 030 hours, alien forces boarded the Marathon. The current situation is dire. All personnel are required to arm themselves and fight for their lives. Incoming message from Leela. Welcome to Marathon. I am Leela, one of the two surviving artificial intelligence aboard Marathon. I have been severely damaged and am working to understand the current situation. Hey, look, a Cortana-like. Or whatever the one is in New Marathon. Find the teleport terminal located in the Hangar's control room. By that time, I should have a better idea of what's going on. Well, seeing as you're ChatGPT, I don't think you will ever understand what's going on. This is where you are now. From here, you can explore the rest of the hangar area, although not all of the doors on the level are functioning. There is a pattern buffer at this location. Whatever a pattern buffer is. Okay. There's a jump pad at this location. Activate the terminal to leave the hangar area. Okay, so we are there, and we can go down this curvy path, and then we want to go left into the bigger room, and then down into the, you know, little like place. Okay. Okay. We're gonna see how well this goes, because I am not promising anything. Do I still have that map? How do I? Okay, yes. Okay, so I have my own map here. Oh, okay. Hello. You know, I woke up this morning thinking I'm gonna box aliens today. Okay, so, oh, hi. Oh, these guys are kind of interesting. They're like, and actually, like, the way the gore works with them feels very Halo, actually. Okay, now how do I switch my weapons? Wait, 2. Okay. 7. 1. 1 is okay. Fist. 3. Okay, hey, I got my magnum back. I like the, you know, all the details in here, like the textures and stuff. I mean, obviously, this is a very early FPS, and it's being adapted to modern hardware. Not sure if this is running like in an emulator or something. And if I remember correctly, this was actually originally a Apple exclusive, which is kind of interesting. Okay, is that where I need to go? I don't think so. I think there's a little tiny dot to show where I am. The like draw distance is actually better than I would have expected, if that makes any sense. Like the way it transitions to having, oh, uh-oh. Come on, line them up. The animations on the gun are pretty neat too, actually. Okay, we did it. Yeah, that reload animation is pretty cool. Is that another spaceship? Oh, that's probably the alien spaceship. I like the outdoors environments there. They're really pretty. I cannot jump, but there are stairs. Okay. Oh, game saved. Okay. Cool. And I think I got health. So that's good. Where? Where are you? Come out here, you coward. What? Oh, is that? Oh, Jesus. That's funny. I got jump scared in this game of all games. UESC. Is that the same? Yeah, that's the same thing as the new marathon. Okay, please don't tell me I'm already stuck at a puzzle. It's gonna be embarrassing if I'm already stuck at a puzzle. Okay, I probably should not waste my ammo. Yeah, so like, I don't know, I find it very interesting to adapt a game's entire style to something else. This is obviously, you know, based on the same ideas. They like making these sci-fi. Hello. Okay. Interesting to have like a jackhammer noise. Be like, no, you can't get in here. We are jackhammering in here. And in particular, yeah, that's really pretty. Like, look at that. I like the little angle of the light there, and how everything gets a little lighter as you go into it is really a nice detail. Can I just like slide in here? I do not see a crouch option. Now, there could be, okay, the dot that is me is so infinitesimally small. Okay, that's that way. And I can see down there. And I can see all the way across. I can see the stairs and I can see that path. I don't think I can get over there. Because I think that that's through here. No? Okay. Conundrum we have here. Oh. I wonder if that did something. Did that do something? With how the graphics work, you're kind of never sure what's an actual button versus okay. Something's being raised or lowered. Oh. Okay, it's that thing. So, ready? We're gonna go, we're gonna go, we're gonna go. There we go, we did it. We solved the puzzle. Time to put my gun back on. Give me my gun. There we go. Okay. And yeah, the idea that like you're taking this kind of story of the marathon, the ship, and moving it to be this extraction shooter, you know, this wholly different idea. I don't know. That's cool to me. I don't find that to be offensive. I find that to be engaging and interesting for different audiences. I mean, we see that with so many other things that are clearly not offensive. Movies that get turned into comic books that get turned into movies, comic books that get turned into video games, and nobody really bats an eye at those kinds of things. So I don't know why people get, you know, bent out of shape over a game being adapted to a different style and having the story told in a different way. I mean, it's probably similar to the idea that like lots of times people want things to be exactly canon, which I don't generally agree with. I think it's more interesting oftentimes to have a lot of different voices making very, you know, different versions of the same kind of story. I think that that's really cool. Like, I really like the way the new Predator movies are going. And yes, now they're all kind of their own new series a little bit. But the idea being that at first, it was this whole kind of new direction to have. Ah, okay, an elevator. That's what we needed. Okay. So apparently I have to be patient enough to actually like look around and see some of the stuff that might move without me. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. I love how they have an alien that is basically the flasher alien. Like the design meeting was like, okay, so this alien is going to, and then some guy's like, flash you. And you're like, oh, what? And he's gonna open up his trench coat and he's going to show you what's under his trench coat. And you're like, okay. How does he hurt you? Well, obviously, like, stuff sprays out when he opens his trench coat. And you're like, okay, sure. And then you add it to the game and it's actually a pretty cool monster. And then, you know, how does he look like when he dies? Well, obviously he turns into static. Everybody knows that. God. Okay, so is this just like a secret? Did I just like get stuff out of this? I guess? This is a crazy game. I'm just trying to imagine playing this on a super old Apple computer. Gonna do something? No? Okay. What about you? Anybody? Okay, there's a computer over there. Oh, okay. Where is that death? That death was up here? Question mark? I like the little sounds. They make weird little guy sounds. Okay. Oh. Okay. I don't know how I got up here. Flasher man. No. Okay. Good. Wow. Apparently that's really hurting me. Hangar area access. Sure. Okay. I gotta be really careful because my health is very low. Okay. Oh, it died. I wonder if I can get all the way back over there before I, you know, bite the bullet. I don't know how I actually got on to that one area is kind of my other issue. Okay. Because I kind of like had to like pseudo wall run. Come on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Okay, good, good, we got him, we got him. Okay. So we can do that, okay. And then we are gonna try to run this way. Okay, okay, we got ammo. And then we're just gonna try to run past these dudes to the teleporter. We just need to get to the teleporter. Okay, teleporter, teleporter. Okay, Leela, all of the information that I have gathered so far indicates that alien invasion of Marathon has been relatively uncoordinated. I suspect that this is partially due to the Marathon's large size. That's what they all say. However disorderly the alien invasion is, their assault of the computer net has been extremely effective. I detect security breaches in almost every computer system aboard the Marathon. I have learned that there is an alien creature that is capable of interfacing with our systems. You must kill any of these creatures that you find. It is a priority that we must stop them. Even now, they have penetrated my defenses. Teleport now. Okay, transport when ready. Yeah, but where? Okay. Wait, did I get to a second mission? Or a second level? Yeah, okay. That's cool. I think that's what happened. Okay. All the computers. Oh, that guy was hiding like those little like mannequin ones in Silent Hill 2. Just against the wall. Okay, I am now in contact with a number of colonists planet side, but their reports on the situation below are conflicting and obviously exaggerated. The primary medium-range radio antenna has been disabled or destroyed, which makes communication extremely difficult. The only thing which seems to be clear is that the spaceport was obliterated by a low-yield nuclear weapon minutes after the attack on Marathon began. This I can verify through my own optical instruments. The invaders seem to be more interested in the Marathon than the colony, at least in the short term. The motives behind their unprovoked attacks are still unknown, however. Could it be that we were colonizing their planet? Maybe? Maybe? This is the computer terminal that you are using now. I cannot teleport you out of this section from here, so you will have to leave for another terminal after you find the assault rifle. There is an M75. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, and we're just gonna look around. Okay, up at the top of the little squiggly comb looking thing. There's an M75 assault rifle, grenade launcher combo. This ammunition at this location. When firing on the fully automatic setting, this weapon is highly inaccurate, but the grenades hit hard, and it's the best we can do right now. Ammunition may be scarce for a while, so be prepared to fall back to your pistol. Okay, here is the teleport terminal. Okay, I like how the maps work. I think this is really cool, and this is a great way to get the mission information like from the terminal. It's not specifically like voiceover or whatever. You have it all right here. You can read it out, but it's not then so much like the artifice of the game. It is within world. It's, you know, diegetic, which is neat. And it's really easy to read. I don't know how to quite describe how like this is easier to read than a lot of like the the basic information on like new Marathon, for example, of like how things work and what you're supposed to do. Here's a terminal you must reach to leave this section. Alien infiltration of this area is high. Proceed with caution. You may find blocked doors or stairways retracted on the way because the AI in control of these functions is damaged or behaving erratically. Maybe we shouldn't have AI control a staircase. Maybe we shouldn't have AI control trains or planes or your coffee maker, or check to see whether or not people say, you know, thank you when they're working at, you know, whatever that place is called, Burger King, you know, things like that. Oh no. Okay, where does that put me? Does that put me all the way back here? Oh, okay, that's a long way. Is this now a good time to say that I've never played classic Doom? Probably the oldest FPS game that I've ever played is the remaster of Killing Time, which I have a video about that I just haven't released. Okay, got it. Oh, so that was a look at classic Marathon's single player mode. I think there needs to be more health. That's kind of difficult in that way, but that's pretty fun. Like I said, yeah, I've never played classic Doom. Never played, you know, I tried to play classic Duke Nukem, but the control mapping for that, I'm much more of a controller kind of guy. Controller mapping for that is like really bad, so did not actually play that. So I don't have much experience with some of these classic shooters in that regard. But this was an interesting one to try for sure, and I think it's fun. I can see some of how you know, that first mission of Halo 1 is kind of the same ilk. It's interesting to see, you know, a group of artists and developers' ideas coming together and being transformed into what they're making at that time. I do think that that's always a very cool thing to see. I do want to see what Gather Network Game means. Okay. Mars Needs Women is super funny. Okay. Sure. Can we actually play Auto Gather? I like it how there's like a chat room kind of thing in this. This is wild. Well, I don't think we're loading into a game anytime soon. Join network game. Find internet game. So Gather, I think, is for you doing it. So guest is Paul. Hi, Paul still. I love the idea that the actual Marathon like remake game, you know, the big popular one, is out here now. And me and Paul are sitting in Classic Alpha's like lobby waiting for like, I don't know, a third person to join so that we can play. That's so funny. Maybe we're both thinking that the other one got downloaded the wrong game. That'd be hilarious. So that was a look at Marathon. This is a really interesting game, especially for its time period. That is really cool. The idea that this game precedes the original Doom by like 6 months is just absolutely mind-blowing. That's so interesting. So many other things used Doom as their template for how to, you know, continue making first-person games. That this was before that is just super interesting to me, especially because there is so much commonality in terms of how it feels. And at the same time, both of those are like 13-ish years after Wolfenstein came out. So just a really interesting series of how these things work, and to see this idea and you know, these ideas from the Bungie team being made again and adapted and updated into another iteration of Marathon is very interesting to me. I don't think that what we're seeing, at least in the Server Slam that I played, because I haven't purchased the actual game yet, as I'm not sure if I like extraction shooters all that much. If you haven't seen my videos on Marathon, you know, the new one, go check them out. I will link those in the video's description, and they'll probably be at the end of the video as well. But so far in that, we haven't seen in particular aliens. I know that there's this idea of like what happened to the spaceship. That is the story that is being told. So obviously they might come into play in some of these, continuing seasons of the game. But as of right now, there aren't aliens. So it's interesting to see how that's got stripped out so far. And instead we're going with, the Space Marines, and something happened and you're fighting the robots from the corporation, basically. That kind of adaptation is really interesting to me as well. So it just is cool to see literally, this game came out in 94, right? I'm recording this in 2026. That is literally 30 years later. 30 years, over 30 years, but roughly 30 years later is a very interesting way to look at a organization's ability to create something to tell kind of similar stories that they obviously like and are interested in, and are always being influenced by the things that they have made in the past. I think that's a really cool way to look at things. So if you do like gaming videos like this that have a casual tone, some discussion about the art and how the game functions and how games are, kind of brought together by teams and, to tell stories and, feel engaging through an artistic medium, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you. I am trying to get to several hundred subscribers. And if you liked this video in particular, please do give it a like. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm and reaching new viewers who also like these kinds of casual gameplay videos that explore games all the way from, indie and solo dev to AAA, new and clearly quite old games as well, spanning a lot of different genres. I might not be very good at games, but I sure do love them. If you want to get Marathon and try it out for yourself, it is free on Steam. Marathon and Marathon 2 actually are both free on Steam. And I think this is a worthwhile thing to check out, especially because it supports mono controller support. Yeah, it's a little challenging, but that's pretty fun. And I enjoyed it a lot. And it's kind of cool to see where things started for Bungie. Thank you so much for watching this week. Take care of yourselves, take care of people around you, take care of your community, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you.